Some homes look peaceful from the outside, but inside they weigh heavy on the heart. Not because they're messy. However, they hold on to too many things that have lingered too long. Maybe you've grown used to walking past a bag no one ever opens, used to a chair draped in cloth that no one sits in anymore, used to a bookshelf full of books that no one ever touches. But if you've ever felt like you don't even want to stay in your own home, then this might be the video for you. In the next few minutes, we'll go through 9 familiar little spaces together. From the living room to the hallway, from the closet to the kitchen, from the medicine drawer to the balcony, and even a very ordinary drawer, where you can begin again by letting go of just 5 things. I won't be talking about speed cleaning tips or minimalist secrets. I don't believe cleaning is to make the house prettier. I believe cleaning is to help you breathe easier, live easier, and be kinder to yourself. If you stay with me until the end of this video, you won't just learn how to clean each part of your home. You might also realize that there's a corner of your heart ready to be cleared too. Would you like to give it a try? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you find this content helpful. Your support is what motivates us to keep sharing meaningful things. Thank you for being here. Let's begin with the first space. Space 1, the living room, where it's easiest to start. One morning, I woke up and realized I no longer had a place to sit in my living room. The chairs were covered in throw pillows and stuffed animals from when my grandkids were little. The table was piled with old newspapers, unread magazines, and bags no one had touched in years. The TV remote was buried somewhere under 3 layers of dusty fabric. When I reached for it, I touched not just clutter, but a deep sense of heaviness and confusion. I used to love this room, the place where my wife and I would sit and have tea, where I once heard my children's laughter when the house was still full. But now, I had to carefully weave through the space just to get a glass of water. Have you ever felt like that? The house is still your home, but somehow it feels tighter than you. Tighter than your memories, tighter than your breath. Every time you search for something, you lose a little more patience, a little more energy, and a little more trust in yourself. If I told you to start with just one small thing, would you believe me? Don't clean the whole room. Don't rush to finish it all. Don't begin in exhaustion. Just look around your living room and pick the first 5 things you know you don't need to keep. A magazine from last year, a pillow no one hugs anymore, an empty tissue box, a chipped ornament, a gift you don't even remember who gave. When you let go of those 5 things, you won't have finished cleaning the room, but you'll have created a small space in your heart to breathe again. I call that the first breath of this decluttering journey. Space 2, the hallway clearing a path for safety. One day, I stepped out of my bedroom and tripped over a laundry basket placed right in the middle of the hallway. I didn't fall, but I lost my balance and got startled. At that moment, I thought, what if it had been a power outage at night? What if it was someone whose legs were already unsteady? The hallway may seem like a space, but it's the first place that needs to be kept clear, so it's not an obstacle or a danger. How many of us live with tangled cords, long extension plugs, baskets in the way, and temporary boxes we forget to move? You walk through that space several times a day, and each time you dodge, you step aside, you try to keep your balance. That's not living, that's coping. Instead of coping, give yourself just 10 minutes to walk down the main hallway and look carefully. Is there anything under your feet that doesn't belong there? Is there a rug with a folded corner? Is there a cord you've gotten used to stepping over for months just by clearing 5 things you can take back a safe path for yourself? A cardboard box, a bag of miscellaneous stuff, an unused extension cord, an old pair of slippers, a stool that's been sitting there temporarily. These aren't just items, they are risks. And clearing the hallway isn't just about tidiness. It's about reclaiming your freedom to move and letting your feet walk steadily in your own home. Every easier step is a lighter way of living. If you've ever stumbled or nearly tripped, clear it today. Space 3. The closet letting go of what you no longer wear. I used to open my closet every morning and just stand there. Not because I had too little to wear, but because I had too many things that no longer suited me. There was the blouse I wore to my last day of work, the scarf my wife left behind, a sweater someone gave me that I never wore, pants I kept hoping to fit into them again. The closet was full, but nothing made me feel comfortable. Not because the clothes were bad, but because I was no longer the person who bought them. Sometimes you open your closet and see so many choices, but none of them feel like you. That's when you're not lacking clothes. You're living inside your past. I'm not saying throw everything away. Just choose 5 things you know you won't wear again. A top that's too short, a faded dress, pants that squeeze at the waist, something that makes you feel tired just looking at it, a gift that never brought you joy. You can place them gently in a bag and set it by the door to donate tomorrow. You don't need to wear what no longer fits your life. You just need to choose what makes you feel more at ease when starting a new day. Every empty hanger in your closet is a little space to breathe, a reminder that you are living in the present. Not to forget anyone, not to deny anything, but to keep less and keep better. If you want tomorrow morning to feel easier, simpler and lighter, try removing 5 things from your closet tonight. Space 4. The kitchen, less stuff, less stress. There are things in the kitchen we haven't touched for years, but we keep them for one familiar reason, just in case. A spice jar that's expired. A sauce bottle with just a few drops left. A juicer we bought on someone's advice, used once then put away. The kitchen is meant to nourish us. But when there's too much excess, it becomes a source of pressure. Every time you open a cabinet, you can't find what you need. Every time you clean the table, you have to move things you don't even use. I once kept 2 identical pots. One I used all the time. The other I kept out of guilt. But guilt didn't make my life easier. One day, I picked 5 items to let go. An old spice jar, a lidless plastic container, a stained storage box, an unused appliance, a chipped glass. Letting them go cleared a bit of space on the counter. It felt lighter, and I found cooking easier. You don't need to deep clean every shelf or replace everything. Just pause and ask, have I used this in the past 6 months? Do I want to use it again? Do I feel happy seeing it? If the answer to all 3 is no, then maybe it's time to let go. Not because it's too much, but because you're choosing to live simpler, lighter, and more fully in your way. Space 5. The medicine drawer, gentle but essential. Every home has a little space we call the medicine drawer, but really, it holds more than medicine. Old vitamins, expired prescriptions, tubes of cream with no clear open date. I once kept a bottle of supplements thinking I'd use it one day. Years passed. The bottle leaked from inside. Keeping old medicine doesn't just take up space. Sometimes it can be harmful. Some pills are past expiration. Some no longer suit your body. Some oils have changed color. One day, I gave myself exactly 10 minutes, not long. Just opened the drawer, picked up each item, and asked, "Do I still use this? Is it still good? Is it still safe?" That was enough. I picked 5 things: an expired bottle, an open vitamin jar from long ago, a cream tube with a missing seal, a torn blister pack, a bottle with a strange color. I placed them in a separate bag to bring to a pharmacy or safe disposal site. Then I wiped down the drawer and neatly arranged what was still useful. When I finished, I felt a little lighter, not just from having less, but because I knew I was taking clearer care of myself. Letting go didn't make me weaker, it made me stronger, because I chose what's better for me. Space 6. The odds and ends cabinet only keep what still matters. Almost every home has a spot like this, a cabinet for old things, the place where we put everything we don't know where else to keep. A tangled wire, a charger for who knows what, a picture frame with a cracked corner, a jar of dried up paint, a pair of scissors with loose screws. These things once had a reason to stay. But over time we forget what that reason was. I once needed a screwdriver to fix a door handle, but I couldn't find it in that mess. Too many things stuffed in nothing clear. One day I took everything out, looked carefully, and asked, "Do I need this? If I need it tomorrow, will I know where to find it? If not, maybe I don't truly need it." I threw out 5 things: a broken charger, a hardened glue bottle, a leftover wood piece, a frayed power cord, a screw set is missing the lid. After that, one shelf was clear. I could breathe easier. And strangely, my mind felt clearer too, as if that cabinet didn't just hold stuff, but also all my half-finished decisions. When you clean out an old drawer, you're not just choosing what to keep, you're choosing to live more clearly with yourself. Space 7. The balcony, a place to breathe. There were mornings when I used to step out onto the balcony, take a deep breath and feel alive. In the gentle sunlight, in the sound of birds, in the sight of a plant unfurling new leaves. But slowly, the balcony turned into a storage spot. A styrofoam box, a dead plant, a rusty shelf, a chair with a broken leg. And then I stopped going outside, stopped opening the door, stopped letting light into the house. I kept thinking, maybe I'll clean it tomorrow. But I didn't. One day, I decided to reclaim that breath of space. I let go of 5 things: a wilted plant, an old styrofoam box, a cracked chair, a pile of plastic bags, a wobbly shelf. When that space opened up, my balcony felt brighter. One small chair, a teapot, a breeze through the window. The home doesn't need to be big. It just needs one corner where your heart can feel open again. And every morning, as the light shines in, I remember living simply isn't about having less. It's about knowing when you have enough. Space 8. Any random drawer, the easiest place to start over. If you're still unsure where to begin, any drawer is a perfect place to try. No big decisions needed, no full room to clean. Just open it and look. What's inside? A pen that no longer writes, a notebook never used, a roll of dried up tape, a bag of old batteries, a faded sticky note. 5 things. Just 5 things to get started. I didn't sort by category. I didn't wipe every surface. I just threw them out, then closed the drawer. That's it. But right at that moment, I felt like I'd done something good for myself. A small action with a big effect. Because you're not just cleaning a drawer, you're taking back a little control. A sense of ownership, a sense of beginning. And from there, you might clean another drawer, then another corner. And one morning you'll look around and realize your home feels tidier without feeling tired. All because you did one tiny thing at just the right time. Space 9. A peaceful heart. Gentle is enough. After all the things you've let go of, you'll feel not only that your home is tidier, but your heart feels lighter too. You'll walk more easily, breathe deeper, find things faster, sleep better. You'll begin to choose what to keep and feel confident letting go of what no longer serves you. Cleaning your home isn't about impressing anyone. It's not about becoming a minimalist. It's about making daily life easier and feeling more grateful for what remains. Every item you let go of doesn't mean a loss. It means you've made space for yourself, to breathe, to live, to notice what truly matters fully. Some say decluttering is a task for the hands, but truly, it begins with the heart. When you choose peace instead of holding on, when you pause in a busy day and ask, "Do I need all of this?" Maybe you kept it out of fear, or in case you'd use it again, or because you couldn't throw away what once meant something. But you also have the right to choose again and start living differently from today. Lighter, slower, more real. If you've made it this far, I truly congratulate you, because you haven't just cleaned a house. You've started to change your way of living. Thank you for staying with me all the way through. If you found these reflections helpful, please subscribe, and leave a comment to let me know you're still here. That will be the greatest gift, and the reason I'll keep sharing more stories with you. See you again in the next videos.